Okay, so I turned 20 2 months ago, and all my life I've considered myself to be a pretty healthy person. I haven't had any major illnesses or ailments. I don't suffer from anything as of now. Fingers crossed that never happens. But last night I was on my phone. I was trying out this new app, and all of a sudden I felt a sharp discomfort in my chest. And obviously, the first thought you'd have is, "Oh, am I having a heart attack? Am I gonna die?" And the answer was no. I wasn't having a heart attack. I was using the Clubhouse app, and what I was feeling was an immense amount of cringe. And I know I might come off as the kind of person that says that about everything, and to an extent, I do. I believe that Instagram Reels are cringe. I believe that TikTok is very cringe. But the difference is, I've used Clubhouse for a limited amount of time, and obviously, I'm going to get into why I think it's bad and why I think it's the weirdest thing I've seen in my life. But I can come up with positives for Instagram Reels and TikToks. I cannot do that for uh, Clubhouse. So I'm gonna be giving you guys my experience on the first time I used Clubhouse and my very interesting uh, account of what happened on Clubhouse. So, for those of you that have had the sweet, sweet pleasure of not ever using Clubhouse, the Clubhouse app, ever, I'm gonna just explain what it is real quick before we get into my experience. So apparently, it's an app. It's an invite-only app. So it's very exclusive. You need to have an invite from a friend or somebody who's already on the app. You can't just download it and hop on and start talking to, I don't know, celebrities, or that's what I so it sounds very fancy. So I've heard about these entrepreneurs and businessmen and engineers and just successful people coming out and telling you their stories about uh, I don't know, giving you tips and stuff. So I thought, okay, it sounds pretty cool. It sounds like a networking thing. Might be pretty nice to get hop on it. Spoiler alert: if you live in India, that's probably not something you'd find very easily on Clubhouse. So naturally, I downloaded it, and so I get an invite from some random dude. I don't even know who it is. I don't know how I got in, to be honest. But I get in, and I see every single person I know is on Clubhouse. So I'm shocked. It seems like it's just a regular social media app. So how it works is there are rooms on this app. So you find a room, you can get in, and there's all like initially there's a set of speakers and people who are allowed to speak. So you're always on mute, or at least I think that's how it works. Maybe I just didn't know how to unmute myself. What happens is you pick a room, you get in, you have wonderful conversations, people share their amazing experiences and tales, and they bestow wisdom upon you. Or at least that is what I thought would happen on Clubhouse. Instead, this is what I witnessed.
Okay, are you virgin?
Yeah,
Okay. Describe yourself in 3 words.
nothing much to say.
And here I was looking for educational value. So anyway, I hop on the app, and I'm gonna overlay a picture of some of the rooms I found on here. And let me tell you, this isn't just a one-off thing. This was basically every single room I found. Obviously, there were a few business summits and I don't know, sports discussions, anime discussions, and stuff, which seems like a pretty cool thing. I did try those out. It was somewhat better, but the vast majority of them is just this. So I think the best way for me to tell you why I don't like the app is to tell you how I got into it. So I found the first room I found was one that was called, I think it was a simple, it was a kiss, marry, kill, or something of that sort. Or it was more sexual than that. It was not that simple. So I get into this room. I expect it to be very casual. Maybe some people just playing around, joking about, talking to each other of the opposite gender, of course. And that's what I expected. So I get placed in the audience queue. I'm eager to listen to what these amazing people are talking about. And then I notice that every profile picture is a shirtless dude, or it's a female, of course, not a shirtless female, a female, but every dude is shirtless, and every dude that unmutes himself was faking a morning voice. So it's all just like, hey, hi, I'm sorry for unmuting myself by mistake. Hi, I'll mute myself again. Sorry. That was just the entire thing. And yeah, it sounds cringe. It does sound cringe. It was very cringe when you were listening to it. So another thing I noticed, I was down to this room. I heard the one shirtless picture dude speak in that voice, and I had enough of it. So I went right out. I thought, okay, maybe just this room. Let me find another one. So I go into another room. This one is along the same lines. It was something to do with hooking up, and so in this one I happened to find them not exchanging, they were just talking about each other. They were basically saying who they'd want to hook up with on the, like, among the rest of the people who are in the speakers list. And so it was pretty funny. So it's just that one person, they call out a person's name, and then that person basically says, okay, so out of all of you, I'd probably hook up with this person. And that person just says, thank you, and then they move on. But the way they were going about it was more, it it sounded like a fucking a model United Nations conference or something. So there was this one dude who, he seemed very desperate. So first of all, he was calling her ma'am, which I would not recommend you go about if you're trying to hook up with somebody. Don't call them ma'am. It's probably not the best thing to do. So he says, ma'am, I DM'd you 3 days ago, but you didn't reply, ma'am. And then I thought, okay, maybe she'd probably laugh about it or say, haha, okay, I'm sorry, I'll get back to you at the most. But no, the reply was along the lines of, oh, okay, can I please have your name? I thought she was joking at first. I thought she was just acting all formal. And then this guy just puts out his whole entire name like he's at a job interview. And then he says, okay, my name is whatever, Peter Griffin. And then she takes a few seconds like she's going through a record or a list of names. And then she says, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I will get back to you soon. Thank you. Next speaker, please. And it was at this moment I knew that this app was the most dead app I've ever used. Because look, if I say I'm gonna hook up with somebody in the room, it's not gonna happen. It's a voice chat. All you can do is talk over voice, and you probably live on other sides of the country. Realistically. To be fair, I'm sure a lot of you actually still think it's pretty normal, considering social media does have a lot of different kinds of people, and that eventually there would be someone like this on every platform. But it was weirder than this. So I was with another friend who joined on the same day. We wanted to try it together. So we were room hopping. We were just going from one room to another to find out what else was going on in the app, hoping desperately to find some shred of sanity. But it never did show up. There was another one. There was another room where I couldn't remember what it's called again. I'm sorry about that. But essentially, this one was the guy calls out a girl's name, and he sings something. He has to sing, by the way, so it's already pretty awkward because no one was really interested in singing. It just sounded very, I don't know. They just kind of hummed in the minimal tone, and they just said the words of the song. And then what happens is the girl has to give them do a kiss sound over the mic. It was just awkward. Like, it was awkward to be an audience member in the room. Personally, I wouldn't see myself doing it. That's all I'm saying. So if you were one of the guys on the room and if you like doing it, that's all right, obviously. But yeah, so a lot of you are probably now thinking, okay, maybe you just had the wrong rooms. Maybe you didn't see the good ones. There probably are good ones, yeah. But we did go through a lot of them. And the ones that were serious, there were a lot of, like, I'm into the I like watching the UFC, and I like watching football, so I was in a lot of UFC ones, hoping there'd be something good about an upcoming fight, good debates, arguments, and it was just like random, I don't know, idiots who were screaming into the mic and just disrupting equilibrium of the room, as these formal people in the rooms would probably say. But yeah, that is why I deleted Clubhouse. I deleted it as soon as I. Okay, I'm lying. It's still on my phone because as much as I hate to say it's cringe, everyone needs to witness a bit of cringe here and there. It's the only fun thing. It's the only fun thing you have in lockdown. So, but yeah, I don't really understand the point of Clubhouse, and I'm sure the app itself is not a bad thing. The app is. It's a good idea. I don't see how it's different from Discord and how it can replace Discord, because Discord has that and more. But the idea of maybe verbal communication over the phone, it makes sense. I just don't see people using it properly, and for that reason, I'm out. As if I was a judge on Shark Tank, or a shark on Shark Tank. But yeah, that's why I think Clubhouse is pretty shit. Definitely wouldn't recommend you to join a room. Please don't invite more people. It's a gift not being on the app and not knowing what it's about. Yeah, that is my experience of Clubhouse. I wish I could have recordings of the audio, but it doesn't let you do that for some reason. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't. I've been stuck on 11 subs for a couple months now. It's alright. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.